From the McCormick Gymnasium in Fargo, North Dakota, good evening, everyone. I'm Lucas Johnson as we get set for North Dakota high school girls volleyball action as the Shanley Deacons prepare to take on the Grand Forks Central Knights. Well, folks, should be a good one here tonight as the Grand Forks Central Knights looking for their first conference win against the 13-4 Shanley Deacons. The Central Knights are led by a squad of seniors. Look for them to be active tonight here as Shanley Deacons looking to make a comeback after a tough loss against Moorhead earlier this weekend. Girls Varsity Volleyball on Shanley TV is presented by the Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon athletics to a higher level. Let's send it down to the PA now for prayer and the national anthem. Stay tuned.
Good evening and welcome to McCormick Gymnasium on the campus of Shanley High School for tonight's Eastern Dakota Conference volleyball matchup featuring the visitors on the scoreboard, the Grand Forks Central Knights, and your home team, Shanley Deacons. Shanley High School would like to remind you that we are a tobacco-free campus, so we ask that you refrain from smoking on the school grounds during your visit this evening. Also, the concession stand and restrooms here at Shanley High School are located in the Commons area. At this time, we ask that you please rise, remove all headwear, as Alexis Warner will perform the national anthem on her flute.
Good evening once again, everyone, and welcome to EDC Volleyball as the Shanley Deacons prepare to take on the Grand Forks Central Knights. Should be a good one here tonight as the Central Knights, as I've previously stated, have not won a conference game and are looking for their first one here tonight. Shanley Deacons looking to bounce back from an early loss, but are feeling strong here tonight as they're taking on the Central Knights. Right now, we are going to send it to commercial. Stay tuned for volleyball coming up next.
This broadcast is presented by American Family Insurance, Ken Craft Agency, Bell Bank, Butler Machinery Company, the Fargo Jet Center, First International Bank and Trust, Form Communications, Luther Family Buick GMC, Master Construction, Moore Engineering, Netrix IT, Northern Improvement Company, Off the Wall Advertising, Robert Gibb and Sons, Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Shields All Sports in Fargo, and TCI Insurance.
Welcome back, everyone, as we get set for girls EDC volleyball.
Number 10, Michaela O'Leary.
I do need to mention that Shanley Deacons are missing a few key players here tonight. As previously stated, Hannah Mans is still out with her injury, and Brooklyn Dew now out with an injury herself. Anytime that happens to a team, it is a tough loss, but the Deacons looking to rally around some of their starting seniors like Kylie Comisher and Emily Dietz. Central Knights, on the other hand, do have a good squad of seniors coming to the game tonight as they look for their first conference win against the Shanley Deacons.
And then outside freshman number 23, Headley Huber. The Deacons are coached by Kurt Johnson, assisted by Jerry Daly in the Ignorant Center. And your libero tonight is Madison Noisen, number 2. Your officials have been registered by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and have been selected for their demonstrated ability. Your officials tonight are Kobe Penny, Marty Hyjack, line judges Ashley Brecker, and Ann Pohl.
And now the teams go to the net to shake hands as we get this game underway. Like I said, should be a good game here tonight. Both teams coming in with a little fire in their bellies, looking for a good win. Stay tuned, folks. This is going to be a good one here tonight. The Shanley Deacons with some power up front. That front line of Kylie Conwisher, Emily Dietz, Katie Roberts. Just a powerhouse up front. Really known for being able to get up there, take the blocks, get some kills in there, really go on the attack. Julia Vetter taking after her graduated senior sister, Andrea Vetter, with numerous assists per game. Really look for that combination of that front line and Julia Vetter to take effect here tonight. Grand Forks Central now looking to take their first conference win against the Shanley Deacons. As we're starting to get the starting lineups all set here for tonight. Central will start off the night with the serve, as it is McGee now back to serve. And the whistle. Short serve now as Manuel, diving save. McGee just taps it over there. Vetter with the set. Dietz with the kill. Excuse me, that is Katie Roberts with the kill. Nicely done. Look for more of that tonight as Emily Dietz now checks in for the Deacons. Katie Roberts back to serve. Roberts with the serve. McGee with the set. Spike, nicely done by Roberts to keep that one in. And they will call that return in. It was close. It had to be right on that line. Great job by Katie Roberts, able to keep that one in play, get it back over that net. Deep serve now from Roberts. McGee with the set. Just pushed over there by White. Vetter with the set. Conwisher with the spike. Another big name up there in the front lines for the Shanley Deacons. Really look for that to come more tonight. Deep serve now from Roberts. Great job by Emily Dietz to get up to that net. Notice that McGee was trying to do just a nice little quick tap over that net, and Dietz recognizing the hole in the back of the Grand Forks Central defense there, puts it nicely. Point Deacons. Short serve now from Roberts. McGee with the set. White with the spike. Noisen with the save, but Emily Dietz can't quite get to it. First point for the Central Knights.
Knights Coming in for the Knights, number 2, Destiny Miller.
It will be Corey Gust now to serve. It's a deep serve. Roberts with the set. Good job by Manuel to keep that one in play. Noisen just digs it over. It's a hard spike and it just barely in. Nice job there by the Central Knights to find that back pocket in that Deacon defense. Gus still serving for the Knights. Another hard serve there by Gus. Vetter with the serve. Conwisher with the spike. Point Deacons.
Point Deacons, side out.
Conwisher's got so much power behind that kill. Just a really tough thing to return. Something the Deacons have used to their advantage throughout the year. Matty Noisen with the serve now. It's a short serve. McGee sets over to Miller. Miller with a nice spike, but Noisen with a good return there. Berg now with the dig. Little miscommunication there by the Deacons, but get it over safely. Nice job by Roberts to keep that one in play. Dietz can't quite get that one over the net. Point Central.
Point Knights. Side out, checking in. Number 23, Bailey Jagger. Serving number 43, Alyssa Lipsch.
Serving now will be Alyssa Lipsch. And it is a hard serve into the net. That would be point Deacons now. It's going to be key for this Grand Forks Central squad to be able to keep the mental errors low. As we've seen there, serves into the net are a key loss for any team. Short serve from Vetter. As McGee sets it now. Well placed, but I think it was Noisen was able to keep that one up and get it back over, but can't keep it inbounds.
Ball out of bounds, last touch by the Deacons. Point Knights. Coming in for the Knights, number 1, Heather
Great
Clark.
job there by, I believe, Bailey Yeager to keep that one short and keep the Deacons guessing. But a great return there from Noisen, able to keep that one up, just not inbounds. Heather Barth now to serve for the Knights. Deep serve, Vetter with the set. Berg with the spike. What a return by the Knights, but can't quite get it over the net. Great effort though, but it is point Deacons.
Number 23, Hadley Huber.
Hadley Huber now subbing in for the Deacons and will take the ball as she is set to serve. It's a short serve from Huber. Barth now with the dig. McGee with the spike. Vetter with the set. Roberts with the kill. There's that attack we've been talking about from Roberts and that front line. Just so much power behind it and well placed too. That's not easy to do, folks. Great job by Katie Roberts. Huber now with the serve. Barth over to Yeager. Can't quite get that one back over the net. That is point Knights.
Number 14, Willow Reinstead. Kelly Burns is around. You are needed.
Willow Reinstead to serve now for Central. Returned by Huber. Vetter with the set. Berg with the spike. Very nicely done towards that back corner of the Central Knights defense. Look for a lot of that to come tonight here, folks, as the Shanley front line is very well trained in position of where that ball needs to be placed. Berg now to serve. It's a deep one. Barth now with the set over to McGee. McGee with the spike that goes out of bounds.
Ball out of bounds, point Deacons.
Deacons now with a 5-point lead, 10-5. Berg is still serving. It's a deep serve now to Barry. Barth with the set. Yeager just taps that one over. Conwisher with the spike. Barth sets that one up for Gust. Just tapped over by the Deacons. McGee with the set. Yeager just pushes that one over right into the hole of the Deacon defense. Nice vision there by Yeager to get that point and get the ball back into Central's hands. Taylor Berry now to serve. It's a deep one to Huber. Vetter with the set. Kill from Conwisher. Point Deacons now 11-6.
Timeout taken by the Knights.
Timeout taken by the Knights. Maybe looking to kind of recuperate here, down by 5 early in the game. Take a look at some of these replays that allowed the Deacons to get this 5-point lead. Just the power we had talked about up front by the Deacons. Nice job by the Central Knights, able to use a little misdeception and find some holes there. So coming out of this timeout, maybe looking to go back to some of their own game, kind of play their kind of volleyball they know they can play. They're hanging in here. It's looking like a good game. Deacons got to keep doing what they're doing, looking strong out there. That front line with some good kills to start off with, really going on the attack, not really sitting back on their heels. Both teams now breaking the huddle. It'll be Olivia Manuel to serve for the Deacons. It's a deep serve now, received by Barry. Bart to McGee. McGee with a nice little attack there, right into the hole of the Deacon defense. It's a good point there for the Knights.
Serving will be number 11, Sadie McGee.
Sadie McGee now to serve. A deep serve to Hadley Huber. Roberts with the kill.
Kill by Roberts. Point Deacons, side out. Backing for the Deacons, number 15.
Katie Roberts now back to serve.
Katie Roberts.
Earlier in the game, did a nice job there, switching up some of her serves, some deep, some short. See what we'll do here tonight. McGee now with the set. Nice job by Neusen to return that one. Conwisher with the spike. Knights with the block, but can't quite get that one back in bounds. And that just has to do with Kylie Conwisher's power she has behind that spike. Tough to control that one. Deep serve from Roberts. McGee with the set over to Gust. Gust deep to Manuel. Roberts now with the spike, barely in bounds. I believe that one had to be on the line. Well placed there by Roberts.
Point Deacons. Roberts still serving.
A little shorter serve now from Roberts. McGee over to White. White just taps that one over right into the hole. Great tap by there by White.
Checking in number 2, Destiny Miller. Serving number 20.
Corey Gust now to serve for the Central Knights. Received by Manuel. Dietz with the dig. Conwisher just pushes that one over. Gust gets that one out of the ceiling there. Neusen up to Vetter. Vetter over to Conwisher. Conwisher with the spike. Tipped by Barry. Out of bounds. Point Deacons.
Sierra Bird back in for the Deacons. Serving will be number 2, Madison Neusen.
Maddie Neusen back to serve now. Deep serve. And the spike. What a spike there from Lipsch. Just well placed, a lot of power behind that one. Gets the ball back into Central's hands, down by 6. Looking for a little roll of their own here. Lipsch now to serve. Neusen receives. Vetter with the set. Dietz with the attempt at the spike, but that one goes out of bounds.
Point Knights serving. Alyssa Lipsch.
Lipsch to serve again. Hard deep one received by Roberts. Dietz now with the spike. Looks to be a net violation on the Knights, so that is a point Deacons.
Violation on the Knights. Checking in for the Knights number 3. Barry, Deacons number 20, Riley Payne, serving.
Riley Payne checks in for the Deacons as Julia Vetter is back to serve. Short one there by Vetter. McGee with the set. Miller tries to get that one, but that front line for the Deacons is tough. Payne with the spike. Miller now sends it over, received by Neusen. Berg with the spike, saved there by Gus. Sent over by Miller, Neusen receives over to Vetter, and the kill by Emily Dietz. Well placed there. Look for a lot more of that to come tonight by Emily Dietz. Julia Vetter still serving for the Deacons. Deacons up 17-10, looking strong here in this first game. Received by Gust. McGee with the set. Yeager can't quite get it over the net. That's going to be 4 hits for the Knights. Point Deacons. Excuse me, that would be a double hit there by Yeager on the Knights, so that is still Deacons points, and the Knights take a timeout here as Deacons lead 18-10. Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathletic.club.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button or become a member if you are not one already. It is easy to become a member and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon athletics to a higher level. The Deacons breaking the huddle now, feeling pretty confident about their play so far tonight, looking strong up on that front line and just all around consistent. The Central Knights looking to rebound off of a few mental errors there in the past few points, hoping to come out strong and finish out this game, show the Deacons that they're no one to be, they can't be counted out yet. Vetter with the serve, McGee with the set. Nice job by Berg to be there for a mishandled set there by Vetter. Miller with the spike goes into the net, point Deacons. Sorry for the technical difficulties here, folks. It is being worked on right now. Again, we apologize for any difficulties. Berg with the dig, Emily Dietz to send it over. McGee now with the set. Yeager with the spike, received by Vetter. Dietz just taps that one over. Miller sends that one back over. Vetter now with the set. Emily Dietz with the spike. Nicely done. An update in boys soccer. Fargo Shanley leads Fargo Davies 2-0 with 27 minutes left in the first half. Try and keep you updated as the scores come in. Should be a good game out there tonight as state is fast approaching. Nice receive there by Vetter. Payne just sends that one over for the Deacons. McGee sets that one up for Yeager. Yeager just sends that one over. Little miscommunication as the ball falls near the net. Not able to get a hand on that. Point Central.
Barth will serve.
Heather Barth now to serve for Central. It's a hard, low serve. Sent over by Berg. Gus sends it over. Vetter receives that. Roberts sends it back. Barth over to Miller. Miller gets this one over. A little miscommunication by Payne and Roberts there as Payne gets a forearm on it, but it goes out of bounds. The Deacons' lead is cut to 20-12. Barth still serving. It's going to be a line violation there on Barth. Point Deacons. Hadley Huber checks in and will be serving for the Deacons. Deacons just 4 points away from taking this first game. Good serve by Huber, set by Barth. Roberts takes that one, spikes that one towards the back half of the Knights defensive area there. Nice job by Roberts, able to read that one as coming over to her side of the net. Hits that one deep. Huber now to serve. Barth sets that one up. Yeager with the spike, received by Vetter. Payne with the dig, sent over by Roberts. Barth over to McGee. McGee can't quite get that one over the net. Point Deacons. Deacons now just 2 points away from taking this first game.
Still serving.
A short serve here by Huber. Bars can't quite get a good handle on that ball.
Hadley Huber serving, game point.
Now game point for the Deacons as Hadley Huber now to serve. As the serve goes into the net, that will be Central point.
Side out, checking back in for the Knights, number 14, Willow Reinstead.
Willow Reinstead checking in and will be serving for the Knights as the Deacons are looking for that final point to take game one. Good deep serve there by Reinstead, set by Vetter. Payne with the spike. Good receive there by Barry. Bird tips that one at the net, but can't quite get a handle on that one for, I believe it was Payne. Knights with another point. Reinstead still serve. Another deep serve there, received by Noisen. Set by Vetter. Roberts with the spike, tipped at the line. That's game point. Shanley Deacons takes this first game 25-14. Well, folks, if that's any indication of what is to come, Shanley's looking very comfortable out there. Really got that power front working hard, really working on getting a well-placed spike, well-timed sets, and able to just really feel the flow of the game. Central Knights maybe looking to kind of calm down. They were in that one for a while, playing some good volleyball. Really like what I'm seeing with some of their serves, as some of them are hard and deep, some of them are soft and short. Really look for that to continue to benefit them in future sets here tonight. If you've enjoyed watching our ShanleyTV.com broadcast, please consider making a donation to help us continue to bring you quality programming. We rely on donations to bring you every broadcast, and we need your help to continue to improve the quality of our productions and to add new features for you, the viewer, to enjoy. If you are interested in donating, please contact Joelle Shuey at 701-893-3225. Again, that's Joelle Shuey at 701-893-3225. Thank you for watching, and thanks for your support of Shanley TV. Update on the Shanley soccer game. Shanley now leads Davies 3-0, still in that first half. I tell you, that Shanley soccer team is a force to be reckoned here, as we've covered several games in the past. Just great playing there by that team. But here tonight in volleyball, Shanley girls looking very steady in that first game, able to take control of that whole first game there, able to really feel comfortable, get in the flow of things with that power front up with Katie Roberts, Emily Dietz, Sierra Berg, really showing some improvement from previous games and really kind of taking control of this one. Central Knights looking to draw something up to come back from that first game, looking to get a few points on the board and take a game of their own here as we look to start this second game. With the injuries for Shanley, they have been rotating in, I believe, 3 freshmen. Olivia Manuel, as we've seen, alongside Hadley Huber and Riley Payne. Just great all-around players, although very young. 3 freshman players for the Shanley varsity squad have proved themselves in previous games, so earn their spot on this varsity team, fitting in well and really performing like veterans almost. And I believe the seniors of this Shanley squad have done a nice job mentoring these young girls into playing at the high level Coach Johnson has requested of this team. And that's the buzzer for this second game as we get the lineups all set. And Shanley looking like they have all 3 freshman girls in there. to start, as it will be Olivia Manuel to serve first for the Deacons. Lefty, a high, deep serve there. In the set, Lipsch able to get that one over. Conrisher can't quite get that one back over the net. First points go to the Knights.
Serving will be number 20, Corey Gus.
Corey Gus now to serve for the Knights. Hard, deep serve received by Neusen. Vetter now to Conrisher. Conrisher with the spike. McGee over to Miller. Tipped at the line. Over to Huber. Huber can't get that one back in bounds. Points Knights.
Gus still serving.
Gus still to serve. This one's a short one, received by Manuel, back over to the Knights side. Lipsch can't get that one over the net though. That'll be a double hit on the Knights, so point Deacons. Hadley Huber now to serve for the Deacons. Just pushed over there by McGee. Nice job by Vetter to keep that one in play.
Ball out of bounds, last touch by the Deacons.
It looked like Emily Dietz couldn't quite get that one back around the antenna, so point Knights.
Number 12, Shayla Olette. Serving, Alyssa Lipsch.
Alyssa Lipsch now to serve. A hard serve there by Lipsch. Vetter over to Dietz. Dietz with the spike. Lipsch just pushed over there by White. Vetter. Conrisher with the kill. But a net violation on the Deacons. Looks to be Kylie Conrisher there. Gives the Knights a point. It's those little mental errors that'll get both teams here tonight. Look for them to really work on that and tighten those up. Lipsch with a high serve now. Received by Manuel. Vetter over to Dietz. Dietz just pokes that one over. And the Knights can't quite get that one back over the net. Point Deacons.
Point Deacons.
Maddie Neusen now to serve.
For the Knights, number 3, Taylor Berry serving will be Madison Neusen.
A nice serve by Neusen, received by Gust. White just sends that one back over. Vetter now. Over to Berg. Berg with the spike. Nice job there by McGee to keep that one in the air. But Emily Dietz with a hard kill there. Point Deacons. And that is not a rare sight there, folks. Emily Dietz with just a lot of power behind those spikes. A low serve by Neusen. Nice job there by Barry. Huber receives. Vetter. Dietz. Dietz with another spike.
Point Deacons. Neusen still serving.
Neusen still back to serve. Deacons have tied this one up at 4. A high soft serve by Neusen. White sends this one over. Received by Manuel. Berg now with the spike. Point Deacons.
Point Deacons. Madison Neusen still serving.
Nice job by the Knights, able to get up and get contact on that ball, but just not enough to block that one completely. Look for that to improve here tonight if they want to win. Neusen with a short serve. Now that's an ace. Madison Neusen doing a nice job by changing up serves. Started out with a long serve, then progressively became a high soft serve. That one a short low serve as they got the ace. Back to the high soft serve received by Barry. Gust with the sends it over. Dietz there to receive. Berg sends it over the Knights side. McGee over to White. Better now. Dietz with the spike. That's out of bounds.
Point Knights. Checking in for the Knights, number 4, Chloe Winarovich. Winarovich will serve.
Chloe Winarovich in to serve for the Knights. Nice serve there. Vetter now. Over to Berg. Berg just sends that one over. Winarovich with the set. And that's a little too much on that. That was Olet. Maybe a little bit of nerves getting there, just a little too deep. As the Deacons now have a 2-point lead, able to fight back from that deficit. Sydney Smith now in the game for the Deacons. Also serving. Nice serve by Smith. Winarovich. Over to McGee. McGee just sends that one over. Smith. Winarovich gets that one back in play. Gust with the spike. Nice job by Dietz to get a hand on that one, but sails out of bounds.
Julia Vetter checking back in.
Julia Vetter back in.
Number 14, Willow Reinstead for the Knights. Reinstead will serve.
Willow Reinstead to serve for the Knights. Serve goes out of bounds, point Deacons. Nice job by Visser to notice that one was a little too much on that and was headed out of bounds.
Serving will be Riley Payne.
Riley Payne now to serve. It's a low, hard serve by Payne. Winarovich. McGee sends it over. Payne with the set. Visser taps that one over. Gust with the spike goes into the net. Point Deacons.
Deacons. Payne still serving.
Deacons with a 3-point lead here now. Payne still serving. Hard serve by Payne. McGee now. See by Vetter. Berg with the hard spike. Inbounds, point Deacons.
Point Deacons. Riley Payne still serving.
Another great serve there by Payne. Gust gets that one back in play. Winarovich with a nice push over the net. Roberts with the spike. Gust can't quite get enough on that one. Oh, good attempt at keeping that one in play. Just the power behind that one from Katie Roberts gets the Deacons a point as the Central Knights take a timeout here. Central Knights started off real strong in this game here tonight with I believe it was a 4-point lead, but Shanley Deacons not giving up, fighting back. Now have a 5-point lead over the Knights. Shanley looking to continue what they've done best all night, continue with the power up front. The Knights looking to go back to some of their own game as shown earlier tonight, and really take this game. Be sure to join us next Thursday, October 13th for girls varsity volleyball versus West Fargo. Coverage kicks off at 7 p.m. live on ShanleyTV.com. For a list of all our upcoming broadcasts, go to ShanleyTV.com and click on the upcoming broadcast tab. Both teams come out of the huddle now. Riley Payne still serving for the Deacons. A high serve there by Payne. Winarovich over to Gust. Gust with the hard serve. They're going to call that one inbounds. Nice job by Gust keeping that one inbounds, keeping the Deacons guessing. Gets the point for the Knights.
Lips back in. Serving number 3.
Taylor Berry now to serve. It's a short one. Can't quite get it to the net. Point Deacons. There again, those mental errors will get any team. And I believe the team with the fewest mental errors is going to have the best chance to win. Berg now to serve. It's a nice serve there. Winarovich just taps that one over. Conwisher with the spike. Looks like McGee couldn't quite get that one past Conwisher and Roberts up front there. Just a wall. Deacons able to walk away with that point. Berg to serve. Good serve by Berg. Winarovich now. Lipsch sends it over. Conwisher just taps that one over. Lipsch sends that one into the net. Point Deacons.
Point Deacons. Sierra Berg still serving.
Nice serve by Berg. As the return goes close to the net, couldn't quite get a handle on that one. Point Deacons.
Sierra Berg still serving.
Deacons looking very comfortable here tonight. As this serve is a nice one. Again, Winterovich can't quite keep that one in play.
Sierra Berg, point Deacons.
That will be an ace.
Timeout taken by the
Another timeout taken by the Knights as a series of mental errors has cost them a handful of points. Like I have said, the Shanley Deacons looking very comfortable. That front line taking advantage of some of these mental errors, finding the holes in the defense, and able to get some points up on the board. With the 9-point lead, though, it is easy to kind of fall back and start playing on your heels, playing defense. It is important to remember you've got to keep the foot on the gas pedal. You know, to be able to keep the pressure on, keep scoring points. You do have to get 25 points in order to win a game, and it's going to take every one of them. As the Central Knights now break the huddle, looking to calm down, kind of lessen those mental mistakes. Sierra Berg still serving for the Deacons. This one's a high serve. McGee tries to send that one over, blocked at the line. It'll be a double hit by the Knights, point Deacons. Berg still serving.
Sierra Berg serving.
Received there. Nice job by Gus to keep that one in play. Lipsch couldn't quite get that one over the net. At the end of the first half in the soccer game, Shanley Deacons leads Fargo Davies 4-0.
Substitution for the Deacons.
Excuse me, that is not the end of the first half. Just 4-0 in the first half. Again, we'd like to apologize for the technical difficulties. We are looking to work around that here tonight. Berg's serve received by McGee. Winterovich back to McGee, send over. Visser now, as O'Leary sends that one over. Gust with the spike, inbounds, point Knights. Another update from soccer. It is now 4-1. Shanley leads Davies with the late goal. McGee serve. Received by Vetter. Conwisher with the spike.
Point Deacons side out. Checking in number 13, Olivia Manuel.
Olivia Manuel checking back in and will serve for the Deacons as they lead by 9, 19-8.
Olivia Manuel will serve.
Received by Ryan. Lipsch with the spike. Manuel now over to Roberts. Roberts just sends that one over. A soft dig there by Roberts, able to trick that Knights defense coming up short. Nice job by Roberts. Manuel with the serve. Received by Barry. McGee now. Blocked at the line. Vetter over to Conwisher. Conwisher sends that one over. Barry receives. McGee. Vetter now with the serve. Roberts with the spike. Received by Barry. McGee just pushes that one over. It's Conwisher now with the spike. Point Deacons. Deacons again, only 4 points away from taking this second game. Manuel with the serve, it's a low one. Received by Reinstedt. White sends it over, Michaela receives. Nice spike there by Katie Roberts.
Point Deacons. Manuel still serving.
22-8 now as Olivia Manuel still serving for the Deacons. It's a low one, received by Barry. Lipsch sends that one back over. Little miscommunication there by Noisen and Manuel.
Point Knights.
And the Knights get a point.
Side out, checking in, number 2, Destiny Miller.
It'll be Morgan Belgard now to serve for the Knights. Excuse me, it's going to be Corey Gus to serve for the Knights. It's a deep serve received by Manuel. Better over to Roberts. Roberts with the short spike. Point Deacons. 2 points away from taking this second game.
Checking in on number 23, Abner Hubert.
Katie Roberts back to serve for the Deacons. It's a short serve. Nice job there by Miller to get a contact on that, but just can't quite get that one over. Although they're going to give that point to the Knights. Not sure. Some sort of violation there on the Deacons. Again, I'm not sure what that call was, but looks like no points were awarded. Referee is discussing this one. I apologize, folks. None of us really know what's going on up here, as there is some discussion between Coach Johnson and the referee. Looks to be a side out for the Deacons as Emily Dietz comes back in. Although we're not sure what that had to do with the play. But the Knights will serve now. That is Alyssa Lipsch now. Serve received by Noisen. Vetter over to Conrisher. Conrisher with the spike received by Lipsch. Sent back over. Dietz with the spike. Point Deacons. I am being told we believe it was something with the rotation with the Deacons there. So the Knights did get the serve. Noisen with the serve, it's a high one. Received by Barry. Miller with the spike, received by Noisen. Miscommunication there by Dietz and Vetter. Point Knights.
Checking in for the Knights, number 4. Chloe Winorovich. Winorovich will serve.
Chloe Winorovich now to serve. It's a high deep serve received by Manuel. Berg now as Roberts just sends it over. Barry receives. Winorovich now tapped over there by Howlett. Berg sends it back over. That is out of bounds.
Point Knights.
Point Knights as Chloe Winorovich still back to serve. A deep serve received by Roberts. Better over to Dietz. Dietz with the spike. Winorovich now over to Miller. Miller sends that one deep. Roberts gets a hand on it, but can't quite control that one. Point Knights.
Point Knights.
Knights on a nice little roll here, hoping to get their momentum up, get their foot back in the door, and see if they can't snatch a win from the Deacons. A short serve received by Manuel. Vetter over to Berg. Berg with the spike. Point Deacons. It's going to be game point here in this second game.
Checking in for the Deacons will be Sydney Smith, along with number 27.
Sydney Smith back into the game and will be serving this game point for the Deacons. It's a short serve now, received by Miller. Winterovich over to McGee. McGee just sends that one over. Visser can't quite get there.
For McGee,
Point.
Knights.
Knights.
Checking in, number 14, Willow Reinstead. Reinstead will serve.
Willow Reinstead now to serve for the Knights. Still game point for the Deacons. It's a hard, long serve there. As Dietz can't quite get a handle on that one. That's point Knights for 4 hits by the Deacons. A little mental error you won't see happen very often. Reinstead with the serve. Visser receives. Smith just sends that one over. Barry receives. Sent over by Gus. Nice job there.
Point Knights.
As the Knights keep clawing their way back into this game. It's now 24-16, still game point for the Deacons. Reinstead serve, a low one. Received by Smith, spiked by Dietz. Gus, nice job by Gus keeping that one in. McGee sends it over. Berg now over to Visser. Visser with the spike. It falls on the Knights side. That's a game there as the Deacons take this second game 25-16.
25-16. Lead the match 2-0.
Nice job by the Deacons of staying in control of that game, not allowing the Knights to get too far back into this one. Update on boys soccer at halftime. It is Fargo Shanley over Fargo Davies, 4-1. Central Knights showing what they're worth there late in that second game, showing that they can get on a little roll of their own, racking up a decent number of points late in that game. Again, Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathleticClub.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button or become a member if you are not one already. It is easy to become a member and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon athletics to a higher level. This third game now only goes up to 15 points as the Deacons have taken those first 2 games. Excuse me. This one still goes to 25 points. That would be the 5th game if it reaches there. That is my fault there. Shanley Deacons looking to stay in control for this third game. Get out of here on a 3-0 win as the Central Knights look to work their way back into this game, hopefully steal a win under the nose of the Deacons. Don't forget that you can connect with Shanley TV on social media. Get the latest updates about Shanley sports teams, plus reminders about upcoming broadcasts. Like our Facebook page today at facebook.com/ShanleyTV and follow us on Twitter at ShanleyTV. This one's shaping up to be a good game here tonight, folks. Shanley looks to be in control of those first 2 games, but Central showing what they're worth, able to get a handful of points late in that second game, get on a little roll. Look for that to continue in this third game. That second game, they were able to jump on Shanley early, but couldn't quite keep the mental errors to a minimum and let Shanley back into that one. Both teams with a few mental errors in that last game, so look for both of them to tighten up those ones. Update on boys soccer. Due to the weather we're having here tonight, they did call that game, so Shanley Deacons have defeated Fargo Davies 4-1. Again, because of the weather, the Fargo Shanley Deacons have defeated the Fargo Davies Eagles 4-1. As we get set for this third game, making sure the lineups are all set. Shanley looking to continue their dominance during this game as the Central Knights look to come out and make a statement that they're not out of this one yet. Central will start to serve this one.
Serving will be number 11, Sadie McGee.
Sadie McGee back to start the serve. It's a deep serve received by Riley Payne. Huber sends that one over, received by Barry. McGee, Lipsch with the spike. Vetter sends that one over. McGee now. White with the spike. Manuel can't quite get there, tips that one out of bounds. First point goes to the Knights. Sadie McGee back to serve.
Checking in number 2, Destiny Miller. McGee still serving.
It's deep serve by McGee. Conwisher now. Huber sends it over. McGee. Lipsch with the spike. Nice job by Manuel to get in front of that one. Vetter sends that one over. That's a point for the Deacons. Nice job by Vetter, recognizing it's not, the strong spike isn't always needed in that situation, as she just pushes that one over right into the hole of that Knights defense. Nice job there by Julia Vetter. Hadley Huber back to serve for the Deacons. It's a high, soft serve. Lipsch sends that one over, received by Manuel. Vetter now. Over to Dietz. Dietz pushes that one back. Nice job there by Reinstedt. Vetter over to Conwisher. Conwisher with a spike. Point Deacons.
Point Deacons. Huber still serving.
Hadley Huber still to serve for the Deacons. Nice serve there, received by Barry. McGee over to White. White tries to push that one over, met immediately at the line.
Block by Conwisher. Point
Reinstedt
Deacons.
couldn't quite keep that one up. That's point Deacons.
Huber still serving.
Huber now. Good serve received by Barry. McGee. Lipsch with the hard spike. Vetter, a nice job getting that one back in play as Conwisher sends that one back over. McGee over to Gust. Gust with some power behind that one. Dietz gets that back over the net. White pushes that one over, received by Manuel. Vetter over to Dietz. Dietz with the kill.
Kill by Dietz. Point Deacons.
Huber still serving for the Deacons. It's a short serve there by Huber. McGee over to Lipsch. Lipsch gets that one back. Manuel, nice job receiving that. Conwisher with the spike. Point Deacons.
Point Deacons.
Knights couldn't quite get control of that one as that one goes out of bounds. Nice serve by Huber, received by Barry. McGee over to White. White sends that one over, received by Huber. Vetter to Dietz. Dietz just pushes that one over. White over to Gust. Gust sends that one deep into the Deacon line. That's a point for the Knights.
Miller back in for the Knights.
A big play there by the Knights, able to get the ball back in their hands, only down by 3 early in this third game. Gust to serve. It's a hard serve received by Huber. Vetter to Dietz. Dietz. It's out. But they will give that point to the Deacons as it was tipped by one of the Central Knights players.
Sarah Bird checking in.
A little miscommunication. It was signed that it was tipped.
12, Taylor Earholtz.
So it will be Shanley's ball now as Taylor Earholtz is back to serve. There's the whistle. Low serve by Earholtz. Gust pushes that one up. Sent over by Miller. Vetter now over to Dietz. Dietz comes in with a huge spike.
Deacons.
Earholtz still back to serve.
Earholtz still serving.
Another good serve by Earholtz, received by Miller. Nice job there by McGee. Berg, though, comes in with a huge spike.
Still by Berg. Point Deacons.
Another name up front there for the Deacons. Sierra Berg with a lot of power behind that last one, as the Central Knights take a timeout. You're down 8-2 in this third game. Shanley Deacons looking to keep control in this third game and try and get out of here with 3 wins in a row here tonight, as the Central Knights looking to go back to their game plan, kind of calm down, lessen the mental mistakes, get the ball back in their hands, able to get on a little roll of their own. Really looking for what they had shown late in that second game, as they were able to collect a handful of points towards the end there and were able to almost rally back. It will still be Shanley's serve as both teams come out of the huddle now. Earholtz back to serve. Earholtz with a short serve. McGee now to Lipsch. Lipsch received by Manuel, can't quite get that one back in play as it sails into the bleachers.
Checking in for the Knights, number 23, Bailey Jagers. Serving, number 43.
Alyssa Lipsch now to serve for the Knights. With the ball back in their own hands, looking for a roll. But that ball goes into the net, and those mental errors will get any team.
Number 16, Grace Meyer.
Ball back now for the Deacons.
Also checking in, number 14, Sydney Smith.
As Sydney Smith and Grace Meyer now check in for the Deacons. Smith back to serve. It's a high serve. As Yeager sends that one over. Smith now to Meyer. Meyer sends that one over. Nice job there by the Deacon front. White sends that one over. Berg sends it back over now. Nice job by Miller keeping that one up. Gus sends it over. Smith set to Dietz. Great job there by Gus getting in front of that. Dietz with a tip at the line. Again tipped at the line. Berg keeping that one in play. Smith sets that for Berg. What a point here tonight. Miller can't quite get that one, as Emily Dietz and Sierra Berg are right in her face at the net, able to get that point for the Deacons. A 7-point lead now for the Deacons as Smith sends a high, soft one over. Barry's return can't quite get over the net or in a spot that front line for the Knights would have liked. So that's an ace for Sydney Smith. Another serve, received by Barry. McGee. Yeager sends it over, received by Huber. Smith. Dietz just taps that one over. Great job by Miller. But Emily Dietz able to get right back on top of that one and send it right back to the floor.
Smith still serving.
Sydney Smith still to serve. Received by Barry. McGee over to White. White sends it over. Received by Berg. Smith now. Meyer sends it over. Barry to McGee. Sent over there by Yeager. Meyer sends that one over. White over to Miller. Miller just taps that one over. A little confusion there on the Deacons side of things. Allows the Central Knights to get a point.
Julia Vetter checking back in for the Deacons. Checking in for the Knights. Number 4, Chloe Winter-Roberts. Winter-Roberts will serve.
Winterovitz now to serve, as the Knights are down 12-4. A high serve there by Winterovitz. Vetter now, Berg with the spike. Winterovitz over to Miller. Miller with the spike, but denied at the line by Emily Dietz.
Deacons. Side out, checking in for the Deacons, number 20, Riley Payne. Also checking in number 3, Katie Roberts.
Riley Payne checking in now for the Deacons, back to serve. Katie Roberts also subs in. As Payne serves goes into the net, the Knights get the ball back in their hands, down 13-5.
Reinstead will serve.
Reinstead back to serve. Hard serve by Reinstead, received by Erholtz. Vetter sends that one over. Reinstead now to Winarovich. Sent over by McGee, received by Vetter. Erholtz can't quite get there in time.
Assist by Winarovich. Kill by McGee, point Knights. Reinstead serving.
Reinstead still to serve. Another hard serve received by Erholtz. Vetter with the set, Roberts with the spike. That'll be point Deacons.
Roberts, point Deacons. Conwisher checking back in.
Kylie Conwisher back in for the Deacons. It'll be Sierra Berg now to serve.
Serving.
Received by Barry. Winarovich just sends it over. Received by Payne. Vetter now to Roberts. Roberts with the spike. Well placed right in the middle of those Knights defenders.
Berg still serving.
As the Deacons lead now 15-6. Berg still to serve. Good serve now. Gust. Barry sends it over. Vetter. Conwisher just taps that one over.
Point Deacons.
Maybe not exactly what she had in mind, but it's still a point for the Deacons. Increases their lead to 10. Berg. Serve received by Gust. Winarovich. Back to Gust. Gust sends it over. Nice job by Vetter to keep that one up. But Roberts couldn't get that one over the net. So that's a point for the Knights. Taylor Berry now to serve.
Serving number 3, Taylor Berry.
It'll be a short one received by Roberts. Vetter now. Conwisher with the kill.
Conwisher with the kill. Point Deacons.
When that ball is coming at you that fast with that much power behind it, I tell you what, that's not an easy thing to stop. Olivia Manuel now into serve. It's a high serve. Winarovich now. Gust barely gets that one over as Roberts receives. McGee is denied at the line by Katie Roberts and Kylie Conwisher.
Manuel still serving.
Manuel still back to serve. Received by Reinstead. Winarovich now as Barry sends it over. Payne receives. Vetter. Conwisher with the spike.
Assist Vetter kill by Conwisher. Point Deacons.
The Deacons are now up 19-7, looking to close out this one quickly. Manuel with a nice serve there, received by McGee. Barry sends that one into the net, point Deacons.
Sydney Smith checking in for the Deacons. Serving Olivia Manuel.
Sydney Smith checks in for the Deacons. Olivia Manuel to serve. It's a deep serve, received by Barry. Barth now. Gus sends that one over. Tipped there at the net, and Katie Roberts can't keep that one in play. Nice job there by Corey Gust. Sadie McGee now to serve for the Knights. Riley Payne receives. Katie Roberts sends that one back over. Reinstead now. McGee. Lipsch sends that one over. Nice job by Smith to keep that one in play as Roberts with the kill.
Kill by Roberts. Point Deacons. Checking back in number 15.
Deacons now just 4 points away from closing out this match. Hadley Huber in for the Deacons and to serve. Good serve received by Barry. McGee now. Gus sends that one into the net. Point Deacons. 3 points away from closing out this match.
Huber serving.
Good serve received by Reinsler. Lipsch denied at the line by Kylie Comisher.
Deacons. Henry Huber is still serving.
Huber with the serve. Gust. No one there to receive the pass. So it will be game and match point for the Deacons.
Match point.
The serve received by Gus. McGee over to Lipsch. Smith over to Dietz. Dietz gets that one inbounds for the win. Very close there. That is game here from McCormick Gymnasium. The Shanley Deacons beat the Grand Forks Central Knights 3-0. The Deacons looked in control for most of this game here tonight, as that is a much deserved win there for the Deacons. The Knights able to hang in there and receive a handful of points late in that second game, showing that they do have the talent to stick around. For our entire crew tonight, I'm Lucas Johnson. The final score from Fargo: Shanley Deacons 3, Grand Forks Central 0. Watch the archived version of this entire game and our other broadcast. Go to ShanleyTV.com. The proceeding has been a presentation of Shanley TV.